Hey, what is up, everybody? Let's get into the recap of yesterday. Disappointing day. LaMelo Ball finishes with 20. Goes 1 for 8 from 3. Doesn't cash for us on our lock of the day. Unfortunate there. Hit 7 of his last 10 4 straight games. Just didn't get it done for us yesterday. Miles Bridges ended up having a bigger game than him. Julius Randle's under ends up just barely hitting. I think he finished with like 20 or something like that. So he just barely cashes on that one. And then our added plays yesterday, we took out Anthony Edwards and we took out Davion Mitchell. We replaced Anthony Edwards with Kevin Love's rebounds because we thought he was going to start at center yesterday. He didn't. Moses Brown did, and he stole all of Kevin Love's rebounds. Every single one. I'm not even kidding. So that one ends up not hitting anyways. And then we swapped out Davion Mitchell for a sneaky pick in Thomas Satoransky. Thomas Satoransky had 5 assists in the first quarter. His line was 5.5. It was a steal and a half. Ends up finishing with like 11 assists or something like that. Thanks to our live stream, which ended up happening on Instagram yesterday, I got an email this morning. I am now approved to do live streams on Instagram or on YouTube, so that will be happening in the future on YouTube. For the people that saw the community post and in Discord saw that I was doing it on Instagram Live, I did the live for an hour and a half on Instagram yesterday. It was a fun time, good time. But a Wizards fan thankfully told me that Satoransky's minutes had improved because of Raul Neto. So he was taking Raul Neto's minutes, and he also was in the starting lineup now. And Satoransky absolutely crushed his line, so that one hit for us yesterday. And Chris Paul just came up a little bit short in the assists, had 7 or something, 6 at the half, and then did not get very many in the second half. So ended up having a 2-3 day. Still on a great run though here. That still puts us at about a 14-6 run right now. So we're still looking pretty good. Let's get into today's picks. Gonna be a short slate, only 5 games today, but that doesn't mean we can't still cash from it. Let's get it. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, make sure that you there's a link down in the description I have that automatically takes you to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy. Also throws in my TAKEMYSHOT code when you guys sign up for that. So when you make your first deposit, it helps me out big time, as well as it gives you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So if you throw in $20, for example, you'll get actually $40, and they'll give you another $23 just to bet on for funsies, a little risk-free bets for fun. And so that is always nice as well to get those risk-free bets. Also helps me out, like I said, big time if you guys use my code TAKEMYSHOT. Because all my picks every single day are always going to be Underdog Fantasy picks. I think it's the best player prop betting app out there. With that being said, now let's get to today's picks. All right, baby, coming out with the lock of the day. Let's get it. Yesterday, LaMelo falls a bucket short on the lock of the day. The day before that, Vucevic decided not to rebound, just score the basketball. So we've got to bounce back today. Got to bounce back. Today's lock of the day is going to be coming from a big-time matchup in the East between the Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. Give me the point guard. Give me the man for the Milwaukee Bucks that plays defense and is a great facilitator. Give me Jrue Holiday over 31.5 P+R+A. Let's get it. Now, here's the thing with Jrue Holiday. His Milwaukee Bucks team is fully healthy, which means everybody on their team can now do their role. Giannis can score. Giannis can defend. Giannis can rebound. Chris Middleton, he likes to rebound a lot too sometimes. He can rebound. He can defend. He could be that secondary scorer or primary scorer when they need it late in the game. Jrue Holiday can now facilitate. Jrue Holiday can now can facilitate and score buckets when he's the main scorer on the floor. They all have their roles now. So Jrue Holiday is turned into a primary ball handler for the Bucks and a primary assist man. His last 3 games, now that this team has Brook Lopez back and they're fully healthy and have their normal rotation, 36 P+R+A, 37 P+R+A, and 34 P+R+A, crushing his P+R+A his last 3 games. He facilitates really well. Last 2 games he's had 10 assists, but he also gets his buckets. Jrue Holiday, I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan. Jrue Holiday last year did not score the basketball well. Now he gets well into the 20 points per game range sometimes. And today they take on the Brooklyn Nets. This should be a good game, competitive game between these 2 teams. Jrue Holiday will be facilitating, getting a lot of assists, getting his buckets when he's primary scorer on the floor. I like Jrue Holiday over 31.5 P+R+A today. Let's get it. Next up, same game. Give me Brook Lopez. I love his 11.5 points. Here's why. Who's the primary center for the Brooklyn Nets? Andre Drummond. Who's the center for the Milwaukee Bucks? Brook Lopez. 2 very similar skill sets, except obviously Brook Lopez shoots the ball a lot more. Here's the thing. As long as Andre Drummond's on the floor, they're going to keep Brook Lopez on the floor. The 2 match up well. What do the Bucks like to do? They like to spread out the defense. They like to give Giannis the ball at the top of the key, drive to the rack, and who sits in the corner all the time? Splash Mountain Brook Lopez. They're going to kick out to him for 3s. Andre Drummond's not going to be able to, because Andre Drummond's got to help. He's the big man. He's got to sit in that paint down low. He's going to get a lot of wide open 3s today. I even looked at the 1.5 3-point line, and I like that one a lot too, but we're going to go with this points. He's been getting into the double figures the last couple of games, had 17 against Philadelphia. So I like Brook Lopez over 11.5 points today versus Brooklyn. All right, baby. Next up, we got Darius Garland over 24.5 points today versus the Atlanta Hawks. In their last matchup back on February 15th, he dropped a 30 bomb. Darius Garland versus this Atlanta Hawks is a nightmare matchup for them because the Hawks already have really bad perimeter defense. Darius Garland, even with the implementation of Caris LeVert into the starting lineup, still has hit 3 straight on this points per game line. He has 25, 25, and 28, and he's hit 7 of his last 10 over 24.5 points. And a couple of those games, he had 24 right here. He had 24 versus the Clippers. So really, he's hit 9 of his last 10 because he was just right there. It was really close. He's not hit line 9 of his last time. He's got really close 9 of his last time. Only one game not getting close versus the Raptors, which makes sense. So I like Darius Garland today over 24.5 points versus the Atlanta Hawks. The Cavs already said they're ramping up their minutes for their star guys. They need wins. They need wins so they can get higher up into the Eastern Conference standings, and they can avoid the play-in tournament because they are very close. They were right behind a top competitive Eastern Conference here. So I like the chances. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Should be a high-paced, high-scoring, competitive game between these two teams. Trae Young and Darius Garland will go at it. I like Darius Garland to get them buckets today, so I got Garland over 24.5 points today versus the Atlanta Hawks. Next up, this one might be a little... Let's just think about this one. This one might not make the official card, but we're going to go Paul George, 24.5 points. Paul George actually in his history versus the Bulls has played fantastic. His last 3 matchups, he's averaging 27 points per game. He had 27 points, 28 points, and 27 points in his last 3 matchups versus the Bulls. Obviously, it was a little bit different in his 2 first matchups because it wasn't the same look Bulls we have now. But he did play them back on November 14th where he did drop 27 points on them. Again, 2 teams in this game that need wins. Bulls need wins, and the Clippers are basically locked in at this point to the play-in because the West isn't as close as it is in the East. But again, I mean, he played fantastic in that last game versus the Jazz. The Jazz aren't as necessarily as good of a defensive team as the Bulls are now as far as wing defense because now they have Patrick Williams back and stuff. But I still like Paul George's chances to go over 24.5 points. This one might be a little bit of a think about this one though, but I'm gonna throw this one out there for sure. And that will wrap up our picks today. Like I said today, only a 5-game slate. Don't want to force anything. Gotta stay smart with our bets here. We'll think about the Paul George pick as well as Moses Brown. Yesterday, he absolutely gobbled up the glass. He got all these alley-oop dunks from Darius Garland. Crushed his point line. His point line was set at like 5.5 or something like that. If he gets the start again, and if he gets a line thrown back up here and again, we are definitely going to go over on Moses Brown. He had a huge game yesterday. Today he's taking on the Atlanta Hawks, so Clint Capella he's not on the floor long enough, if you know what I'm saying. Clint Capella is really consistent with his minutes, but other than Clint Capella, the Atlanta Hawks really don't have interior defense. So we'll definitely look at Moses Brown if they post that Moses Brown line, but for now we're going to go with these 3 solid picks here, and we'll end the day on that. So that makes our perfect 3-slip, our lock of the day of Jrue Holiday over 31.5 P+R+A. Also up to you. If you want to do over 7.0 assists, that is also not a bad idea. So I'm going to go 31.5 P+R+A. His assist is not a bad line. I would suggest those are both up in the air. Those could both solidly hit. Brook Lopez over 11.5 points. Trust me on this one. It's a good matchup versus the Brooklyn Nets. He's going to be open in the corner for a lot of threes. I like I like this matchup versus Brooklyn. He's going to get the points. Trust me. Darius Garland over 24.5 points to round out our perfect 3-slip today versus the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks, bad perimeter defense, had 30 in their last matchup. He's hit 8 of his last 10. So I like Darius Garland over 24.5. So for now, there will be no perfect 5-slip, but like I said, give me some time with the Moses Brown line, and give me some more time to kind of evaluate Paul George and maybe another player or two like Westbrook, or even Rudy Gobert versus the Los Angeles Lakers as far as his rebounds go. I know Anthony Davis is probable or is questionable. He's up in the air, so we'll just kind of think about a couple of other picks here. But I like these 3 solid ones for a 3-pick. Sorry about yesterday. I'll kind of explain what happened yesterday. Yesterday, I got a new phone, and I went to Verizon at about 3 o'clock, and it took me till about 5:20 to get out of there. So that's why my picks were up super late. Basically, I know a lot of people really didn't get my official slips yesterday. I got posted super late. That's my bad. I didn't think it was going to take that long, so I got a new phone yesterday. That took forever. That's why my slips didn't get posted yesterday, unless you saw them super last minute. And then also, I verified myself to be a live streamer, but then there's another like 24-hour verification process. That has passed, so now I am officially able and capable of going live on YouTube. So I'll be doing that in the foreseeable future. Tonight, again, there's a lot going on in my life right now with this whole move to Mississippi. So tonight at 7:30, I'm actually getting a new mattress. So I won't be going live tonight, most likely. And I'm also, sorry you guys won't believe this, but I'm also a track coach on the side. I coach little kids in AAU track team here. So at 5:30 or 5:45 to 6:45, I'm actually at kids practice a couple days a week. So I won't probably be able to go live tonight, but I can probably go live tomorrow night, most likely, as long as nothing else happens that I don't see coming in the future. But that's a little bit of a story time. Sorry, a little bit of a jump into my life. Just kind of explaining what happened yesterday, and I probably won't be able to go live tonight. But let's definitely aim for Friday for sure to go live. But I've definitely rambled on a little bit longer than I probably should have. But that's going to be our video today, guys. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.